AEW's Blood and Guts was a massive success. It was a great night for wrestling with setting up some really interesting matches for next week, which I'm definitely not going to miss. Without wasting any more time, here is a review and rating of every single match and segment on AEW Blood and Guts 2021 within 5 minutes. Ring the bell. The first match of the night was Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa. In the beginning of the match, it was said that Omega might not be in the building, but that did not come to fruition. And after a pretty decent match, the match ended in the favor of Moxley and Kingston. A B-tier match because there wasn't much to the match, but it wasn't bad either. And the post-show angle of the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks beating up Moxley and Kingston makes me very hopeful for the tag division. I'm really into Moxley and Kingston being tag team. That will be really good. Next up is Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall. There are two problems I have with this match. One, QT should have won, and two, Arn Anderson hit QT, but that did not end in a DQ. I don't exactly know how that works, but for the time being I'm going to give this a B tier as well. It wasn't a bad match. It did show QT in a very good light. He knows how to wrestle, but he probably should have won that match. A segment was next where we saw Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky talk about Sting and Darby Allin. Ethan Page especially reminded us of his history with Darby when Darby attacked them but ultimately got thrown off a flight of stairs. It was brutal, it looked really dangerous, and to be honest, that has huge implications for something that was announced for next week. Britt Baker took on Julia Hart next, who Jim Ross reminded us was not a part of the Hart family. Thank you so much for that. I don't know why that was important, but it was a borderline squash match, and it was important because it was announced at Double or Nothing. She will be taking on Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's Championship. And if that match does not end in Britt Baker's favor, we fucking riot. A 4-way tag team eliminator match was next where we saw the SCU take on the acclaimed Jurassic Express and Varsity Blondes for a shot at the Young Bucks AEW Tag Team Championship next week. And SCU came up on top in a really fun match actually. Although there wasn't anything spectacular in it, one of the things that I really want from AEW in every single match actually is something to be remembering that match for, and this match had not any of that, so for that reason a B tier. Although some people might say it is a C tier match, I do think it was pretty fun, so a B tier match. And SCU next week taking on Young Bucks, might split up if they lose, so that's really fun. Next up, two massive announcements for Double or Nothing as well as next week's show. First, Kenny Omega came out with Tony Schiavone and they announced that next week the number 1 and number 2 ranked superstars Orange Cassidy as well as Pac will take on each other and the winner will face Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. Kenny put over Pac really well, but Orange Cassidy, he treated him like a joke. Cassidy came out and he insulted him to his face, saying that maybe he'll get a championship opportunity when he grows up. Before this segment, I thought there would be no way that Orange Cassidy might be winning this match, but at this point, it genuinely seems like Orange Cassidy might win that match. Following this, another segment where Miro came out and announced that he has been granted a TNT championship opportunity against Darby Allin. Now, if Darby cannot show up because of his injuries from earlier the night, Miro will be crowned the TNT champion. So we're definitely getting Miro as TNT champion next week. But one of the beautiful lines that I heard from this is, what happens when a man who is not afraid to die faces a man who is not afraid to kill? A beautiful line for a beautiful promo. And yes, finally let's talk about it. The Blood and Guts match. The main event where we saw the Pinnacle defeat the Inner Circle in a A tier match. But I will say I almost gave it a B tier because the ending was not well shot. It was a good angle, but the fact is the fall was really bad, especially the way they shot it, and it looked really bad. I genuinely think AEW should have did a better job with this. They had a couple of botches in the match as well, which is fine. I don't really mind that because it is a blood and guts match, the first one, so there are bound to be a couple of botches here and there. But a 8-year match, what could have been really good, but the pacing was weird off towards the end, and the end was bleh, to be honest. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and hit subscribe. And let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts on the entire match as well as the entire card today, and if you enjoyed Blood or Guts or not. Thank you again. I will be releasing new videos very shortly, so if you want to see that, please do turn on the notification bell. But yeah, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.